All right, let's hope this works. Having all kinds of technical difficulties today. All right, so welcome to the 23rd Ask Me Anything live stream. This is becoming a lot of fun. So hopefully someone will show up and let me know if my audio is even working. I'm having all kinds of issues on my end. That's why I was an hour late today. So I was hoping to start at 12, but sooner is better than never, I guess, if that's even a saying. Okay, so if you're watching the replay of this live stream, I'm sticking with a schedule of 2 Saturdays a month. So, oh, hey, okay, we're good. Hey, Forrest. Hey, Batiste. Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late. What's going on? Yeah, so as you can see, I'm having a hard time even just filming any videos or even trying to set up this live stream. I got all kinds of like pillows here from staging my house and showing my home to a bunch of people that were checking it out, and everything's just been super stressful. It's interesting because I've probably had like all the excuses in the world, you know, to delay the stream and to delay content for my channel. But I figured, you know, excuses are for the weak, and I can generally figure something out. Someone got a tan? I won't be here too long neither, but it's a pleasure. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Forrest. Thanks, Batiste. I always appreciate you guys stopping by, you know, to say hello and you know, just saying what's up and see what you're doing. It makes it makes these streams a lot more enjoyable for me, knowing that there are people out there who, you know, want to stop by. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have a busy weekend and busy day, but it's all good. No worries. Did I really get a tan? I'm using window light. Like I'm right in front of a window right now. Normally I have one of my studio lights that will, I guess, put artificial light on me. Maybe I did get a tan. I don't know. I am a courier by profession, so I am outside pretty much all the time. Or did I just increase the saturation on the camera? So anyways, I wanted to title this stream "Join the Self-Improvement Cult." And I sort of wanted to ramble on this idea of self-improvement in general and sort of what I've been working on, what I've been thinking about, and more importantly, what influences and other creators that I've really been following who have been making a big difference in my life. Because even though, say you're watching this right now, Forrest or Batiste or anyone else that's watching this stream later on, you know, maybe some of the things that I do, you know, gives you inspiration and motivation to better your life, right? You know, that's the whole intent of this channel. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I have all the answers, right? And I too have to seek out people that are better than me, people that inspire me, you know, to push the next level. So that's why this idea of a self-improvement cult, it sounds kind of cringy, but I think it's extremely beneficial. It's extremely beneficial for anyone that wants to live a better life in 2022 and beyond. And if you're on the fence about this whole self-improvement type of stuff, I highly recommend you jump in and join the cult, or join the movement, as you would say. Can't wait for your next video, how I learned to build the best pillow fort in 30 days. Dude, like no joke, my house it's just pillows everywhere. Like we had pillows in all 3 of the bedrooms. You know how like when you sell a house, you sort of want to stage it, which is very weird because you're making your house appear very artificial, because that's not how you live in it. in a day-to-day basis, right? But you want to make it look more appealing to someone in order to purchase it. And yeah, it's been crazy. Good news is that we did sell. So this house is sold. I'm going to be here for about, let me see, what is it, April? I'm going to be in this home for another 8 weeks, I guess you would say. 7-8 weeks. I'll still be here. And after that, we'll be moving into the new place that I bought. And that will be a subject for a completely different video. Thank you, Derek, for your shorts. Don't be afraid to look stupid. It came just at a right time when I was surrounded by the feelings of self-doubt. Yeah, that's huge. It's sad because Instagram won't let me post that video on Instagram Reels. For whatever reason, it's being blocked or censored, which I don't understand. I don't think there's anything too negative that I really talked about in that short, but yeah, this idea of self-doubt. I was kind of struggling with that a little bit in March because I've been in this sort of super extended plateau in terms of this content creation stuff where it seems like I'm not really progressing or I'm not really growing. And I had this moment of self-doubt where I was like, man, am I really like a good content creator? Is this stuff that I'm doing, is it even really helping anyone, or am I just wasting my time? And a big part of that self-doubt is this fear of looking stupid in front of other people, and being afraid of failing because your friends and your family will see you as a failure, as someone who wasn't successful and someone who wasted their time chasing some fruitless endeavor. And I was like, man, that's like a trap. It's basically like a mentality trap that you have in your mind. It's almost as if it's like a defensive mechanism that your brain switches on because it's trying to protect you from harm. Because your brain knows that if you try and put yourself out there and you try to do new things, you're probably going to fall, you're probably going to fail, and you're going to look stupid. And it's going to hurt you, right? It's going to hurt your feelings, it's going to hurt your image, and it's going to affect the way that other people think about you. So of course your brain wants to protect you, right? But at the same time, you have to fight that, right? Because if you never have the courage, to look stupid, then you're never trying to learn anything, right? Because whenever you try something new, or whenever you want to learn a new skill, or whatever you're doing, you're always gonna look like a fool in the beginning. Always. Like everybody. It doesn't matter what you do. When you try something for the first time and you're brand new, you're a complete beginner, you're gonna mess up, right? It's 100% probable that you're gonna screw up and you're gonna look dumb. But you can't let that hold you back from pushing forward. And this was like maybe it was the concept of the month I was kind of thinking about, right? Because I think deeply about a lot of these insecurities that I have, right? And all these struggles that I have. And I try to work them out in my mind. I try to go, okay, why am I thinking this way? Why do I have these feelings? Why do I have these emotions? Like what's going on? Because I'm someone that's sort of like, I just lived life. And I never thought about anything that was going on. I never really thought about how I felt. And I've been trying to really overcome this idea of self-doubt. Hold on, I need to get some water. I forgot to drink water today. But yeah, it's tough, man. Like looking stupid, self-doubt. I think that's something you can never conquer. It's probably going to keep coming up in your life, in all of our lives. It's a perpetual struggle that we all have to face in the real world. And I think once I came to terms with that realization that it's never gonna go away, and I'm always gonna have some form of self-doubt, or I'm always gonna have some type of fear of looking dumb in front of other people. It's only then that when you accept it, that you can kind of overcome it and conquer it. So I've been working on that idea a lot. Having the courage to look stupid. I will remember this. Yeah, it's like Batiste. Like look at like my YouTube channel, for example. I started doing these YouTube shorts, all the time, and I try to post something every single day, right? Because I'm trying to become a better creator. I feel like my work ethic and dedication to this passion project that I love is the best thing that I can offer to people. It is my passion, my love, and my joy of my work. And the problem is when you create content every single day, it's not going to be polished, right? There's going to be flaws. It won't be as well edited or well written. I'm probably going to like misspeak a lot, and some of my ideas are actually wrong, because I think one of my shorts I talked about an idea I heard from a billionaire, but his net worth is actually only 60 million, right? And I'm like, oh man, I'm talking about this guy that I draw inspiration from, and I didn't even do a proper background check in terms of how much his net worth is, right? And this, again, looking stupid, right? Giving out information that's factually incorrect, because I'm trying to post more consistently on a daily basis. And naturally, the quality is going to suffer, right? Naturally, I'm not going to be able to post the same type of polished video or idea that I normally do. But I think that's good for me, right? I think that's very important for me in order to adapt and get better. But yeah, having courage to look stupid, it's huge, man. Like when I think back about when I was younger, there were so many things I wanted to try, like even just try or learn. And just in the back of your mind, knowing that if you try this thing, you're going to suck at it. You're going to screw up. Like you're going to mess up, and you're going to look dumb, and you're going to look foolish, and you won't know what you're doing. And that feeling, it just held me back way too many times. And this is probably true for, like, imagine the amount of people who want to create YouTube channels, right? Just think about it. Imagine the millions and millions of people all over the world that want to do this, create a YouTube channel, build an audience, right? But they're too scared to even make their first video because they're afraid of how bad it's going to be. And their perfectionism is holding them back. But it doesn't matter how hard you pre-prepare or how much you plan in advance or how much you learn, that first video is always going to be shit, right? It doesn't matter what you do. It's just always going to be terrible. It's going to be garbage. You're going to look like a scrub. You're just going to look foolish and dumb. And when you look back at that video, you're going to cringe because it's just so awful and terrible. And that thing of that perfectionism of holding you back from taking that first step, that initial leap, it could prevent something, amazing to happen in your life, right? And I'm so glad that I took the first step, right? I took that initial leap of faith where I didn't know anything about cameras, or I wasn't good at talking to a camera or building an audience, or I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. But I'm happy I just started, right? And I started that process, and I started that journey, and I learned along the way. And if there's anyone that's watching this that does want to join the self-improvement cult, and you want to create a YouTube channel of your own in this niche, then I say do it. Go for it. It's like a weird thing to say, but someone told me this. One of my friends told me this, and he said he is so grateful and lucky and happy that he has a YouTube channel, and he's so fortunate that he started a couple years ago. Not just because of where he is now, but knowing the potential of where it could be a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 5 years from now, right? He told me, like, he's like, man, you're so lucky to have 1,800 subscribers, and you're so fortunate that you started in 2019, because you have no idea where you're going to be in 2023 or 2024 or 2025, right? And it's this appreciation of starting then, right? And just starting and getting there. It's so valuable, because you never know like you have no idea what the future has in store for social media and YouTube. Like YouTube could go away, right? It could. It could be like another, what's a platform like Vine? Like Vine was super trendy, it was super popular, then it kind of just died, right? Now, of course, I doubt YouTube would fizzle out like that because it is owned by Google. So I'm very bullish on YouTube in general. But nothing is forever, right? Like, what if TikTok just completely takes over the whole video content creation scene? Who knows? That's super unlikely, right? I'm sure that YouTube is here to stay, but you just never know, right? And this is the thing. This is the skill that you want to build nowadays, is the skill of becoming a perpetual learner, right? And this is super important because think about this YouTube channel, right? Think about what I've done. If YouTube were to go away tomorrow and some brand new social media video content creation platform took over YouTube, whatever it is, like insert a name, I could start on that very first day and make videos just as good as I'm creating now on that new platform because I already started, because I went through the trenches, because I went through the grind. And it's because I've made this sacrifice in my life to promise to become a perpetual learner, right? And always learn and do new things. And it's I think it's a great skill to have. Yo, Prime Time, what's up? What's going on, Brian? How's my audio, video, and music? I got all kinds of sunlight going. I gotta change this. Hold on, I gotta change this aperture. There we go. I'm using window light for this stream. It's kind of rough. I had to bring that down to F5 because the sun is overexposing the hell out of my face. I'm really sorry, Derek, but I must go. Long live the self-improvement cult. Always a pleasure to listen to like this wise guy from Canada. Hey, Batiste, man. Thanks for stopping by for just a couple minutes. I always love to talk to you. All the best, man. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Let's go, France. Is Canada in France's group for the World Cup? I hope not. Everything sounds good. Audio is perfect. All right, dope. Yeah, so this is probably going to be not probably, but this is a super frustrating setup for me because I don't have an office anymore. It's everything is just a mess. So right now I have my camera on a tripod and it's connected to my laptop, which is sitting on a nightstand table for like a lamp light, and then I just boomed in my microphone and I just got stuff everywhere. But hopefully in a couple weeks things will get better. Hey, Red, what's going on, dude? What's up? How's your weekend going? Welcome to the self-improvement cult. Congrats on the move. Thanks, man. So this was probably one of the most stressful things I ever went through. So what happened was I've been trying to buy a new home since July 2022. Couldn't get anything. Just didn't have enough money. Always got outbid. It was just a pain in the ass. So I decided to go the other way and sell my place first, to try to get more money, try to figure out what my budget is so I can have a better idea to compete for a house where I wanted to move to. And the week that I listed my house was when interest rates went up in Canada and Putin invaded the Ukraine. And there was this like aura of uncertainty and financial crisis where everyone's like, should I buy a house? Like, because there's so much uncertainty in the world. Everyone wasn't sure what to do. So I listed my house and I got 0 offers. I got no offers, and it just sat here. And it was like so frustrating because I had this period of, I think, 3 weeks where people were just coming and going, just seeing my house. But eventually we did get one offer. We kind of negotiated with them and ended up selling our place for a little bit lower than what I had hoped, but that's okay. At the end of the day, I'm not like a super greedy person. I was happy with what we got. So we finalized that deal. So that goes through in May, the end of May. So the end of May, I lose this house, or I have to move out of here. But in the meantime, what happened was there was this house that we were looking at, which was perfect because it was super close to my wife's new job. And that house, again, it kind of was just sitting there, and we negotiated with the sellers, and they eventually accepted our offer, which is kind of cool because I went 8 months of not being able to find anything. Then in a period of 1 week, I sold and I bought right away. So it was like bang, bang. It was like super quick. So we're getting that house in about 30 days, I think. So I'm going to be able to build this YouTube studio that I've been dreaming of. It's been on my list of my goals in my life, because like when you think about making money and working and all this stuff that we do as human beings, you have to have like a goal, like a reason. Like, what is your reason for making money? Right? Or what is your goal financially that you want to achieve in the future, right? And for me, I don't care about any materialistic stuff, right? I don't care about designer clothes or fashion or name brand stuff or fancy cars. Like none of that. I don't care about any of that. My main goal for finance, and why I'm so interested in personal finance and why I save money, is because I want to own a home where I can raise my family and build a studio to do the work that I love. Like, for me, that is the meaning of money for me, right? That's why I want to have money. It's for this one specific reason or goal, right? And that's it. It's not to go on some like fancy vacation or buy whatever video game system. I don't care about any of that, right? This is the goal. So it's very clear in my mind of what I need to do and how I need to get there, right? And I feel like there's a lot of people in the world, they kind of just make money to exist or make money to get by, and they don't have a specific goal. Like, what is your end goal for personal finance? Like, what is it, right? Is it to retire early? Is it to buy a cottage? Is it to, give back to your parents or your family? Or is it to buy your dream sports car? Like, who knows? Like, you need to know, like, what are you working towards? Like, if you're working for just the sake of working, it's kind of like you're just spinning your wheels in the mud. Like what are you trying to achieve, right? Like where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And so, for me, just, being able to achieve this goal for, content creation and all this stuff, it just makes me so happy. It just, like, I don't know how else to describe it, because, I love my work. People think I'm crazy because I work so hard, but to you, maybe, it may seem crazy that I'm not watching the basketball game. I'm not playing PlayStation or Xbox. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not doing any of these things. I'm writing and reading and creating videos and editing videos. And that may seem like work to someone. That may seem like a horrible way to live. That may seem like a boring life. But for me, that is exhilarating. Like, it's fun. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. Like, if I had the option to go out on a Saturday night to a bar, have some drinks and watch a basketball game, or I could stay home and work on my videography skills or edit a video and relax at home, I would always choose the latter. Always, because that's just the type of person I am, and I know exactly what I love to do. And this love for my work, it's what brings me happiness and purpose in my life. And from that work, I have a clear financial goal of where I want to get to. And if it wasn't for the whole self-improvement cult, or whatever you want to call this movement that I'm in, then none of this would have been possible, right? And none of these ideas would have come into my path, because I never would have read about them, right? if I never joined self-improvement, I probably wouldn't read as many books. I wouldn't try new morning routines. I wouldn't find ways to incorporate habit change into my life. I wouldn't care as much about my diet. Like this, there's all these things in the self-development world that's amazing. And this is why I try to convince as many people as I can to get on the self-improvement train, like get on this amazing thing, because it betters your life in so many ways. It's unbelievable. Like your mindset, your health, your wealth, your happiness, your relationships, like everything about it is just, man, it's life changing, right? I know that sounds very cliche. Yeah, oh, it's life changing. Yeah, you did this, of course it's life changing. Well, yeah, no shit, right? But if you take it seriously, and really apply the concepts and principles to your life, there's nothing better, man. Like, at least for me, and I know I'm probably sounding very condescending, or maybe I'm like talking down on people, but my intent, I always have good intentions, behind my message, right? If you want to make a positive change in your life, right? Hopefully there's something you can learn from my experience that will motivate you to do better, or motivate you to push yourself to make that change in your life, because it's the best thing. In my opinion, it's the best. I don't know how else to put it. Oh yeah, and drink lots of water. Oh man. So yeah, super excited for May. So May is going to be a crazy month. The rest of April will probably be the same. I've been filming random videos in this room. So this used to be my office. I used to have my desk right in front of me here. I used to have all my paintings on the wall over here. I had paintings behind me. I had my camera gear here on the shelf. I had my books. I used to have my light to my left. Whatever, this is getting super bright. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta change that. The sun is blowing out the exposure. But yeah. So this used to be in my office, this tiny little, what is this, an 8 by 12 foot room? It's very small. It's basically like our guest bedroom for our house. But now, when I move, I'm gonna have like, what my actual dream was to not only build like a studio to make these YouTube videos, but I sort of wanted to have, I guess you would call it like a podcast table, or like a podcast studio as well, or a podcast desk, because podcasting is something that I definitely want to do more of in the future. Right now, I've just been doing like the Zoom style podcasts. If anyone follows my podcast, it's called the Bearzi podcast. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everywhere. It's basically everywhere. I think there's like 30 episodes, 30 episodes that I've done. And it is something that I want to do more of. And I want to do some podcasts in like a live one-on-one setting, because the virtual podcasts on online on the Zoom style, they're okay, they work, but there's this latency issue where if you don't give your speaker or your guest enough time in between like the conversations, the flow of the conversation becomes very strange, and you end up talking over each other a lot, and it's hard to have, you can't really have like a back and forth, like when I say something, you say something, and then you refute it, then I have a rebuttal, and we go back and forth, like how you have a normal conversation in real life. It's very difficult to do that on a Zoom style podcast. It's more like I say something and then I let you rant, right? And I give you time to say whatever you want to say. Then it kind of goes back to me, and then I have like a longer reply to what you said, and it's like a very different style of conversation. Oh no, Forrest, I have to wash a mountain of dishes, but I'll be listening. Oh no, that's what is that, a crying emoji? Man, what did you have, a party? Or was that just from lunch? No, dinner. Maybe it's from a dinner party. Maybe Saturday night dinner party at Forrest's house. But yeah, super hyped up for the future for next month. I don't know if you guys have been following the channel much lately, but I've made this dedication, not dedication. What's a proper word? What word am I looking for here? When you agree to do something, but with yourself, not dedication. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, I can't think of it. But I want to maybe promise or commitment. I sort of like made a promise to myself that I want to post something every single day, right? I don't want to be just posting one video every week or one video every 2 weeks. And I sort of wanted to experiment with the whole YouTube Shorts type of stuff where doing content in like 30-second, like a lot shorter clips, right? And at first I didn't like it because I sort of like have like a background and a love for filmmaking and the whole like 8 to 15 minute type of video where you can go in depth into a certain topic. And you can kind of, do a lot of cool editing effects. Like these are things that I love to do. So I didn't think that I would enjoy the whole cell phone vertical format that sort of TikTok has popularized. But I tried it anyway because I realized, and I heard this from a lot of people. This is huge. Anyone that's listening to this right now that wants to start a YouTube channel or has one, this is huge. YouTube Shorts, there is a huge demand for YouTube Shorts right now, but there is an unbelievably small supply, right? And this is like business 101. If you know a certain niche or market that has massive demand but limited supply, that's like you jump on that market, right? That's how you become profitable. So I've had numerous content creators talk to me about YouTube Shorts and how YouTube is really pushing shorts. Like it may seem very clunky because the thumbnail of the short is kind of ugly. It's like this vertical image of you and has like these two black borders, not borders or banners on the left and right. So like the thumbnail of the short looks really ugly and it sort of like clutters your homepage with videos. So a lot of creators, they don't really like to make YouTube Shorts, but the demand, like the thirst for these very short, less than 1 minute vertical videos is unbelievable. It's crazy. And I had two friends recently that went to, so this is a cool story. You've been killing it with the shorts. I dig the new one about not being afraid to look stupid. Love the last Oh my god, Forrest. Okay, so my boy Brian, who I don't know if he's still here, so he was making fun of me lately because this past week with YouTube Shorts, YouTube they pick the thumbnail from the video on their own. Like I can't choose it. Like it gives you 3 options, right, to pick a thumbnail. So I'll pick one, and YouTube will completely disregard what I choose and just pick whatever thumbnail they want. And it's always of like me with my eyes half open or like I'm looking stupid or and we came to this conclusion that YouTube is trolling me. They're picking like the worst possible thumbnails for my YouTube Shorts, and we've been laughing about it recently. It's pretty funny. Like one of them looks like I'm taking a shit in front of my fireplace or something because I'm doing like squats. This is like, oh, it's so funny. This is hilarious. But yeah, so my plan was I've been hoping to do at least 5 or 6 shorts a week. And what I want to do is, instead of posting a video and then not posting anything, right, for like 5, 6, 7, 8 days, I might as well just fill those days up with shorts, right? So for example, I have a live stream today. Then maybe I'll have a short tomorrow. And if Monday I have a new video, I'll post a new video. And then until the next video, again, I'll post a short every single day. So I want to just be able to build this consistency with content creation where I put something out there every single day, right? So hopefully, you guys know to expect, like, hey, it's not, where's Derek? Take him 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make another video about eating kiwis in cold showers. Like, no, like I want to be able to provide value to people on a daily basis, right? And it's only because throughout this whole 2.5 year period, I've learned so much, right? I've consumed so much information and so many books in the self-help world that I'm very confident now to just grab my phone and my camera to, just record a quick vertical video without thinking too much about it, because I've almost memorized these few mental models and ideas in my mind when it comes to my beliefs, and I can always sort of think back to other inspirations or other ideas that I've read or learned and kind of make these short form videos that will give you ideas into something beneficial. And I think I can do that with confidence, to the point where the shorts that I make on a daily basis, they're valuable. They're not just shitty videos for the sake of posting, or shitty shorts just for the sake of releasing something. Like these are going to be videos where the ideas that I talk about, they're based off of information that I've learned in the past from either books, audiobooks, podcasts, other creators, or whatever. Like these are all concepts that I've either thought very deeply about or I've learned from someone else. And I have tons of just these random mental models and ideas swimming around in my mind, and I feel like if I can just extract those on a daily basis and give you like these little snippets into my mind about ideas that have really helped me, I think that will be huge and beneficial. Fire poo. 2K subs soon. Yeah, so that's another cool thing. So the subscribers, in March last month, I think I gained like 66 subscribers. It was one of the best months I had. I was gaining over 2 subscribers every single day. And it's kind of cool because the subscribers, they sort of come without me even doing anything. They I guess I have so many videos now that they sort of just naturally come in. But at the same time, I try not to get too caught up on views and subscribers. And I know it's hard because that's what validates your channel. That's what validates your work, right? This idea of how many subscribers you have, how many views you get, what's your watch time. Like these are all metrics, that validates the success of a content creator. But at the same time, like I'm trying so hard to fight that and just focus on the audience, right? Focus on the people, right? Focus on you guys. And I always try to think, okay, what can I make that will be helpful or useful, right? And not just some clickbait nonsense to get views. Like, here's a perfect example, right? If you really wanted to just get subscribers or sheer amount of views, this past weekend, if you just made a bunch of reaction videos about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, bam, you instantly probably get hundreds of thousands of videos. And I saw it. I saw channels that had maybe 15,000 subscribers, and they just would post a short, talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock, and bam, I had like 200,000 views. And I was this close, and I was very tempted, right, to jump on that trend, and give my opinion on the subject. But I was like, I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, I don't care about celebrities. Like, I don't think it has any relation to what I'm doing here, right? And it's like, so it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like that would make sense for me to make a video like that. So I didn't do it, right? So I didn't do it, and I'm happy that I didn't. I'm sure it could be like a stupid business decision, but at the end of the day, right, I'm trying to focus on trying to focus on what I'm doing and not just the numbers. So, but yeah, the thumbnail thing is it's super funny. So getting back to YouTube Shorts, I think that's what we were talking about. So yeah, if any of you guys are watching this that wants to make a YouTube channel or is thinking about making a YouTube channel, I'll share this great piece of this story that I wanted to tell you. So this is a cool story. So my friend Brian, who is in the comment section, he got an invite from Samsung to go to this event in New York. I can't remember what it was called, Samsung Creators Collective or something. And for whatever reason, it was hosted by those two guys, Colin and Samir. They're pretty big on YouTube. I think they have like 700,000 subscribers. They have like a sort of like a podcast show that they do as well. I think they've interviewed Mr. Beast before, which was super cool. So anyways, Colin and Samir have this event in New York. My friend Brian gets invited, so he goes and he flies out. And one day I'm just on Instagram and I was looking at, what do you call those circles at the top? Instagram stories? Okay, I think it's Instagram stories. So I saw my friend Brian, he had that orange and pink circle. So I clicked on it and I watched one of his stories. And it was him in the audience at the Samsung event, taking a story of Colin and Samir on stage. I was like, oh, cool. He's in New York. He's at the event. That's awesome. And then beside him was my other friend, Ryan. And he's a content creator on YouTube that I had on my podcast before. And his channel kind of blew up and, super excited and happy for his success. And then he had an Instagram story. So, I clicked his story. And his story was, again, it was him in the audience of him taking a snap of Colin and Samir on the stage, but at a different angle. So I was like, wait a minute. Like, two of my friends are at the same event, but they're looking at the same stage, but from different angles. Like, it was so bizarre. I was like, oh my gosh, like both of you guys are at the same event. You're just sitting in complete other sections in the crowd, right? So I messaged Brian, hey, my friend Ryan, he's actually at the event that you're at right now. Like, I just saw his Instagram story and he literally recorded the exact same thing you did, but from a different angle. So anyways, I had two friends go to this event, Samsung event. And then I guess there was a bunch of creators talking about the future of YouTube and content creation. And it ended up being this huge thing about YouTube Shorts. And I think at first they thought it would be more about just YouTube in general, but there was like this massive, massive push towards Shorts. And now this is huge. Like, if you're listening to this and you want to make a YouTube channel or you're some type of content creator, like, listen to this part. This is massive. And so my two friends were talking to these other creators, and they met these guys that were like, I don't know, 19, 20, 21, and they had like these massive channels from just making YouTube Shorts, right? And they just made these very simple short videos with their phone. And one of them said, post 120 videos in a month and it will change your life. And I thought about that and I was like, post 120 videos in a month? Like, is that even possible? It took me almost 3 years to make 120 videos. Like, how are you going to do that in a month? But what he actually meant is, every day make a YouTube short, post it on YouTube, post it on TikTok, post it on Instagram Reels, and post it on Facebook. So that one video is actually becoming 4 videos. And if you do that every single day for a month, over a 30-day period, that's 120 videos. And he said, like, it'll completely change your perspective on this short form vertical whatever video format. And I was like, dang, like, really? That seems so crazy. And then there was this idea brought up that there is just, I think it's become popularized because of TikTok, but this whole vertical format stuff, it's huge right now. It's massive. It's so popular, and like I said, the demand for shorts is just unbelievable because it's so accessible. Like you can just like swipe up and just scroll through, because there's no thumbnail that you have to really click on, right? You can just go to your phone and click on like the YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikTok feed, and you just kind of swipe and you just go through it really fast. And it's great for this whole short attention span audience in the content creation world right now. And again, this is business 101. When there is massive demand for a product, but the supply is limited, that's how you can profit, and that's how you can get in on that market. And so I was like, am I thinking about this whole thing wrong? Like, should I be making YouTube shorts? And I was like, I don't really like them. Like, I don't want to make those. It seems so dumb. Like, I can't dance. Like, am I going to make those dancing videos? I can't do that. I'm not. Am I going to make like comedy videos? Like, I'm not very funny. Like, all my stuff that I talk about is so serious, right? Like how am I, like, if I were to make those type of videos, like, it seems out of place. It seems stupid, right? And so I was like, whatever, I'll just give it a try. And I sort of, thought about what type of shorts I can make that are in my niche, sort of like the self-development, motivational type of style stuff. And I just made a few and I shared it. And then I made a few more. And then I was like, hey, these are actually kind of fun. It's almost as if that spark, when you start something new, you have all this like extra motivation and energy because it's awesome. Like that's what it felt like. And it was super cool. And so I've been thoroughly enjoying the whole YouTube short stuff. What's a good budget-friendly yet high-end camera? Thinking of buying a Sony A7, but prices are crazy. So that's a great question. So what do you want to use a camera for, Red? Or you want to do like photography, video, like content creation, or just like take pictures of your family and friends and stuff? Like what's the reason for getting a camera? Because I definitely have some good recommendations that I could give you. Yeah, the Sony A7 is a good camera. Prices are high because I think there's a chip shortage. I think there's like a worldwide chip shortage, and it's been very difficult for companies like Sony, Camera, Fuji, Nikon to keep producing camera bodies and gear because of the shortage. So I think that's why prices are so crazy right now. Hopefully it changes. Because I don't know how that works. Is like the chip shortage, was that because of COVID? So I wonder. Hello from New Zealand. Yo, New Zealand, a real Kiwi in the house. What's going on? Q? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. What's going on? Need a camera, good for all purposes. Mostly video. Okay, one sec, Red. Randomly came across your channel and really enjoyed your content. Hey, awesome, thanks. What's oh, like Q. Okay, all right, I got it. My bad. Just curious, how did you come across my channel, Q? I'm always interested. I always wonder like what people see. Was it Kiwis? Hope it's Kiwis. So camera for all purposes. To be perfectly honest, the A7 is a great camera because it's full frame, right? I don't use full frame mainly because the price is so high, and what I found that you can kind of get away with APS-C, like kind of smaller cameras, the quality isn't as good, but I think for the discounted price and the quality you get, it's great. So I actually have 3 Sony cameras. I have the Sony A6400, 6500, and the 66. So I have 3 different cameras. The camera that I'm using right now to record this video is a Sony A6400. In my opinion, that is the best camera for YouTube because it has a screen that kind of flips up and it has no record limit, so I can just record like for hours. That's great. The 65 and 66, they sort of have like that in-body stabilization. So if you're gonna use your camera like out, if you're like shooting videos with family or whatever you're doing, it has a stabilization inside, so it's not as wobbly. Whereas this camera I'm using, the 64, it doesn't have the stabilization. And the other thing why I like the smaller cameras is it allows me to have more budget for multiple lenses. Because if you buy the Sony A7, the lenses, they can get pretty expensive for the full frame cameras. So whereas me, I use that budget to buy multiple lenses. So I think I have like 7 or 8 different lenses that I use for all my shoots. So again, it's sort of up to you. If you want really good quality, you could get the Sony A7 and buy one really good zoom lens. Or if you want to save some money, A64, 65, 66 are all great options too. I'm moving to Melbourne in 10 days. Hey, cool. Taking a risk, like you said in one of your videos. Yeah, gotta take risks. Super important. Super important. Landscape and macro is what I like to do. Yeah, there's a macro lens is the one lens that I'm missing for my kit. I have everything except for a macro lens. I love macro photography and macro videography too. Like just like getting in super close and getting like those really nice detailed shots of certain objects is very appealing to me. There's like a macro lens that I've wanted for a super long time. I think it's a Sony, I want to say 85 millimeter, but it's like $1,200 or something. It's super expensive. So I just couldn't justify the purchase. Lens prices are crazy too. Yeah. See what I like to do. I like the Tamron lenses for Sony. Like so, like this. What this stream is being recorded on right now is A6400, right? And I have the Tamron. The Tamron, what is it? 11 millimeter to 20. So it's like a really good wide zoom. So if you see, okay, so if you see in the stream, this is 20 millimeters. Like this is kind of like more zoomed in. Where if I go to 11 millimeters, so this is 11 millimeters, and you can kind of see how wide this is. Like I can't even reach end to end with this, right? Like this is 11 mil, like a really wide angle lens. And this is what I like about the Tamron lenses. If you buy a Sony camera, I highly recommend getting one of the Tamron lenses that are zoom, because the picture quality is still really good for a zoom lens, but it gives you like that versatility, right? So let's go back into, well, that's good. So that's about 15 millimeter, so a bit better. Yeah, Sony's great. Canon's good too. My dad is a Fuji shooter. My dad uses all Fuji. But for him, Fuji's kind of like more for photography, I think. So again, it's like it all depends on what your needs are, right? And again, it depends on your budget. Your life uniform video is recommended first. Thanks, algorithm. Then I went to your channel and binged a bunch of your videos and all the latest shorts. Oh, what do you think about the shorts? Are you liking the shorts? Or do you like the regular videos? I'm always looking for feedback. Yeah, you guys, if any of you guys watch any of my videos where this is very important. If you find something that you really like, or you find something that you dislike, please let me know. I struggle to get criticism. I'm always looking for criticism. I'm not someone that gets offended very easily. To be perfectly honest, I'm old enough to have very thick skin. So I wish I had more haters. I wish I had more people that criticize my work, because then I could figure out like what I'm doing wrong and what I can do better. So if you guys are watching this stream or listening to this right now, and you find some piece of my work or content that you didn't like, or you think that I could have done better, please let me know. Please, put it in the comment section. I love constructive criticism. I love it, because if I don't get it, I'm kind of blind. I don't know. Is this short doing good? Do you guys like it? Is this stream any good? I don't know. I don't know unless someone tells me. Do you enjoy these live streams that I do? And that's why I put a community vote. I think it was last week on my channel, asking people do you like the streams, or the cinematic videos, or the unfiltered videos, or the scripted videos? And it kind of let me gauge what was working and what you guys enjoyed, right? So very important for me. So don't worry about hurting my feelings. I like the content of the shorts because it resonates with me. Minimalism, essentialism. Yeah, those are two ideas I've really been juggling. I'm not a true minimalist. I know that it's sort of like Matt Diavella's wheelhouse, where that's kind of his world, and it's very easy to sort of just copy him and jump on that bandwagon. But to be perfectly honest, I'm not a true minimalist by definition. I'm just not, right? So it'd be very disingenuous for me to say that. But I am very minimalistic in some aspects of my life. So I feel like there's a lot of really good concepts there in minimalism that you can kind of extract and extrapolate on and kind of apply them to your everyday life that are very beneficial. And I feel the same way with essentialism, because essentialism is the pursuit of less and saying no to all the non-essential things and using your time in an essential way and spending your time on things that matter, right? So while they do have two very similar kind of things going for them, they are also kind of different. But I definitely draw from both the minimalist and the essentialist side. Maybe there could be more visual excitement in the shorts, though. Okay. Yeah, because some of my shorts, I just sit in a room and I just, how I do it. on a Sunday, I'll just turn my camera, what do you call it, portrait mode, and I'll hit record, and I'll just ramble and rant for 20 minutes. I'll just rant about 7 different subjects, and then bam, I got 6 shorts out of that content, because usually one of the ideas is stupid, or I just go way into left field about something crazy that doesn't make any sense. So it's just me sitting in a room ranting about random self-development ideas. So what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to add more B-roll, more B-roll clips of me doing the actual things. So maybe that will help with the visuals. More subs should be popping the streams. Derek literally giving out free games. You know what? I feel like the subscribers will come to those who deserve it. And I think this, when you try to rush it, or you try to force your channel to gain more subscribers, I don't think it works. That's why in my videos, I don't tell people to subscribe. And I know that's a very bad thing to do. All the biggest YouTubers, they tell you, in your videos, do this thing. It's called a call to action, where you go, like the video, hit the thumbs up, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification button to know when I post my next video. Everyone tells you to say that, right? Everyone tells you to do it because it works. And it's because this idea that people are sheep, and then they'll listen to what you say. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll subscribe. I forgot to subscribe. But for whatever reason, it kind of like kills me on the inside to say that. I don't know why, but I always feel like if I just focus on just a message and I just focus entirely on the content, the subscribers that I really want, they'll come by their own choosing. And they won't come because I'm telling them to do something, right? And again, don't listen to this. This is probably like horrible business advice. This is a horrible advice to grow a YouTube channel. This is probably like one of the stupidest things I've ever said. But for whatever reason, like I try to be, authentic with the things I believe in. Hold on. I gotta fix this. This is super bright. I say that LOL. I don't think it's because we feel like they're sheep. It's because people forget to do it. Yeah, see, like that's a great example for why you should do it. Like, maybe someone does like your channel, but they forget to subscribe, and they maybe oh hey, that guy, I want to see his videos again, but they forgot to hit the subscribe button, so maybe they lose you in the world of the internet. So yeah, definitely good advice to tell your viewers to like. It is good advice, and it's something that I should do more, but for whatever reason I don't know what it is. It's probably a flaw that I have. Shorts seem like a good way to share tidbits of info and ideas, but doesn't it do very little in terms of watch time and ad revenue? So you can't rely on that only and not post real 8-minute videos. Yeah, so shorts, my channel is already monetized, so I don't need those 4,000 watch hours. But the YouTube shorts, when I look at them, it makes like 0.2 of a penny. Like it doesn't even make 1 cent. It makes like nothing. Like it makes a quarter of a penny. So like I think the only way you can make money with the YouTube shorts is if you get put into that YouTube shorts fund, but you need like millions and millions of views for that. So I think the purpose of shorts is to kind of bring in more impressions to your channel and maybe bring in more people and viewers that might not see your channel otherwise. So it's definitely a bad thing to do if you want to like make money. Again, I'm trying to balance this. I'm trying to balance the business stuff with doing things that I love and that are practical, right? So I think the best decision is to just do both, right? Do the YouTube shorts, do the 5, 8, or 10-minute videos, and do the longer live stream 1 hour, 2 hour videos too. I feel like it's good to do a little bit of everything. But yeah, for money, YouTube shorts are abysmal. Hey, Mary, what's going on? I don't like when people tell me what to do. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't think anybody, that kind of reminds me of, not to get too political, but like, man, whenever you tell people not to do something, I feel like it never works out. Like when you tell people, oh, you can't drink or you can't do this, and you restrict people's choices, like, I don't know. It's never good. But I definitely think I should probably say, like, hey, if you enjoy the channel more, you can subscribe. If you want to know when I post, hit the bell so you get notified. I'm sure that is something that I can improve and do better at as a content creator and get over this weird feeling that I have towards call to action. So again, I'm working on it, right? It's a work in progress. So yo, this sun just like legit came out and it is burning my laptop to shit. Oh my gosh, everything is like so hot. What do you do for work outside of making content like this? So right now I am a courier. I work for FedEx. I think everyone pretty much knows FedEx, kind of just like a basic courier company. I've been working for them for 9 years, since 2012. Originally, I was working full-time 40 hours a week, and when I started my YouTube channel. So I had this idea of working 40 hours at my day job and then putting in 20 hours into YouTube. You know, like if I really push myself, I can put in a good 60 hours of work every week, right? So 40 at the day job and 20 into YouTube and all this stuff. And I had this idea of kind of leveling them out over time and balancing them. So I wanted to get to a point where I was putting 30 hours in at my day job and 30 hours into YouTube. And again, as I hopefully became more and more successful with videography and this whole content creation stuff, that again, I could drop the hours of the day job and increase the hours at YouTube. So right now, I basically dropped down to part-time. So I'm a part-time courier. I work from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So just like a pure 5-hour shift, Monday to Friday. So that gets me 25 hours a week. So I've dropped the hours from 40 all the way down to 25. But what that's allowed me to do is boost the amount of hours I have for YouTube up to 35. So I'm kind of at like a 25-35 split right now. And the goal is to one day get that amount of time at my day job down to 0, right? That's like the goal. That's the dream, is to do content creation full time, and just do what I love. Do what I love to do. Like do more live streams, do more podcasts. If you guys don't know, I have a podcast. I post once a month. It has a YouTube channel, and it has its own little Spotify and Google Play and Apple podcast page. So I want to do more of those. I want to make more regular videos. I want to make more shorts. Oh, and the newsletter. That's another thing I wanted to do more. So I started my website, just my full name, derekbearzi.com. And you can sign up for a newsletter that I've started, where at least once a month I write out some ideas and tidbits that I'm working on and some sneak peeks into what I'm working on in the future. So if you guys want to check out the newsletter, maybe I should leave you a link. Okay, let me give you some links. Okay, so this is for the newsletter. Okay, so here's a link for the newsletter. So the podcast, let me just get you a link. The Bearzi podcast. I think I have like 30. Okay, so the first link is for the newsletter. Again, once a month. Second link is for the podcast. In the podcast, there are links to the audio version only. There's both video and audio. I try to do both. I think there's about 30 episodes. Let me see. How many episodes I got on the podcast? Yeah, 30 episodes. A large majority of them are Brian. Because no one wants to do my podcast. So you can hear me and my boy Brian talk for the large majority of them. But there are a few good episodes. I have a wide range of people. I had like a real estate agent. I had a audiologist on. I had a dude from Finland, a dude from Germany, a psychedelic explorer, I guess you would say, that does all kinds of drugs. Like, I have had crazy amount of people on the podcast. I would love to do it a lot more. But we'll see. I did join the newsletter. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, the newsletter is something I'm definitely going to expand on more. Because every day I write. Part of my, I don't know if I told you guys this, but in the morning, I write. I always write every morning. I'm always in Google Docs writing ideas, writing scripts, and writing things down about what I want to do, what I plan to do. And a lot of those ideas are kind of nonsensical, and they're not worthy of a video. So they kind of get lost in the abyss of my Google Doc pad. So what I've been doing is, some of them are actually kind of raw, but they have good intention and some decent ideas in there. So I've kind of expanded on those ideas in my newsletter and talk. That's sort of like what I do. It's like the stuff that's sort of left over, I sort of bring it into the newsletter, because a newsletter is like there's no expectations. It's just my raw thoughts. You're going to see typos in the newsletter. There's going to be like probably bad grammar, misspelled words, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm trying to not let my perfectionism hold me back. And it's just like random thoughts and ideas I had in my mind, just, like throwing them all out into a newsletter and just letting you guys know what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through, and what I'm working on. So that's the intention of the newsletter. Yo, this sun is so bright. I gotta keep changing my aperture on this thing. I gotta close this up. It's like way too bright. I would love to chat on your podcast one day if you have me on. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it, Q. Let's do it. Send me an email. Hold on, let me give you my email. Yeah, so email me. If you want to have a conversation, do it up. But yeah, podcasts, I would love to do it more often. I just can't seem to find the guests, or when I do find people, and they ask them and they say yes, it's either they've been like kind of no shows, or they ghost me, or something happens. It's very frustrating. It's a very frustrating experience, because I would love to get to a point where I could do one a week. If I could do one podcast every single week, that'd be awesome. Because I kind of use it as like a self-education tool. And this is sort of why I talk to people of all different kinds of backgrounds. Like I said, like real estate agents, psychedelic drugs, a female filmmaker, an audiologist, dude from Europe, like whatever, right? It sort of enhances my knowledge when it comes to speaking to people from all different walks of life. And I found it very beneficial for me, because it opens my mind to new perspectives and ideas that if I never had those conversations, I never would have been open to thinking in those ways. So very beneficial for me. Wish I was brave enough. It's okay, Forrest. If you ever muster the courage, let me know. Open invitation. Yeah, so my podcast basically open invitation. You want to talk about something, let me know, right? I'm not scared to talk about anything to anyone. That's just the way I see it. I'm just like a super curious person. I'm always interested in things, in learning about things. But I did get 2 people confirm this week, so hopefully those guys will come through and show up, and we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna continue with the Zoom style podcasts, but I would love to do more in person, like face to face ones, and hopefully that will be part of the big move when I build this whole YouTube studio content creation thing, is to have to one day have like a space to do one-on-one, like physical in-person podcasts with other people. That'd be super awesome. And my accent that changes daily. It's okay, Forrest. You know who has a wicked accent was my dad. My dad had like a super Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator accent that has sadly gone away over the years, and his language or his speech has assimilated well into more English, I guess you would say. But he used to have like a great Arnold Schwarzenegger accent that I loved. Accents are cool. I like them. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything that's going on. So April's probably going to be more of the same. I'm going to be recording as much stuff as I can, probably in this room, in this bedroom. So you can expect more videos, more shorts. For me, I will have another live stream, but May will be a little bit of a struggle because I will have to move, so I don't know how that's going to work. But hopefully once we get into summer, June, July, August, I'll be able to really pump out some great content in the future. I sound German sometimes. Oh, Schmetterling. Why do you think a lot of YouTubers have moved to using their full name as their channel instead of a handle or something more descriptive of their channel? That's a good question. So if you were to search up this YouTube channel, it was my old video game name, Doikido. That was the original name of this channel. It was the original name of my Instagram. It was basically the name that I used for everything. It was sort of like my nickname and my mom's last name combined into one. But I think what's happened, and this is just my opinion, it's that on YouTube, I think a lot of people resonate with the person and not just like the brand or the account. It's more like, it's almost as if you're building like a friendship, or you're following like a person that you know as if they're like an acquaintance. And it feels more personable when you're following Derek Bearzi. Like that's who I am. That's my full name. That's who I am in the real world, and not just Doikido. This, I don't know what that is or what that means. It's just like my alias, right? It feels more real. It feels like there's a better connection from the audience and the viewer. Like, I don't know, maybe that's beneficial for your brand. You know, I kind of don't like that term. It sounds very cringy. Like, oh, my brand. I'm trying to, like, oh, I love what you're doing with your brand. Like, it sounds very cringy, right? But maybe in terms of like building a brand, like having your name, like your full name as your brand, is more relatable and more real than just some alias or handle. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. That's sort of what I think. But to be honest, I like it. You know, I kind of like it. It's like I'm committing my name as a person to my content and to my work. You know, I'm making that commitment, if that makes any sense. And Nordic in general. Nordic. Oh, like Scandinavian? No, Finnish. The Nordic countries are Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Norway? Is that the Nordic countries? One has to own their titles. Oh, triple rat emoji. Oh my god. You guys kill me. Why did we have that one stream about horoscopes, or what was it? Was it horoscopes, or was it the Chinese zodiac, the year of the rat? Oh my gosh, that was funny. That's awesome. Year of the rat. Oh my gosh, where did the sun come from, bro? I'm gonna get a legit tan from sitting in front of this window. Like, this is like, I'm like sweating right now. It's burning me. My laptop's on fire. I forgot what animal I had. I forgot. Someone was a snake. Someone was man, that podcast, no, not podcast. That stream was so long ago. That was one of my more favorite streams, because it sort of just went off the rails and we were just talking about all kinds of craziness. That stream was a lot of fun because it went to a place that I didn't expect at all. It was just way out there in left field. I had a great time during that stream. That was awesome. See, like, this is what I love. Like, this is what I love about content creation and YouTube and all this stuff. It's just, you know, turning on the camera, just having conversations with random people. It's super fun. I don't know. I love it. I enjoy it so much. Even though there are times where I'm struggling in front of the camera, but it's okay. Thanks for the live chat. I'll send you an email. Yeah, no problem, Q. No problem. Hit the like button. Hit the like button of this stream. Let YouTube know this stream is good. That's something I got to work on. Work on better. I wonder what the like button actually does. Like, and if someone hits a dislike button, does that do anything, or is that engagement that's just as good because your audience is engaging with the video? Like, I always wonder, because all these things with the algorithm are mysteries, right? Like, we only know so much. Like, I can see like how often you guys click the thumbnail, and you know, how long people stay for the video, and usually when they click off. Like, I can see those type of analytics in my analytic tab. But the whole like YouTube algorithm of what's good and what's bad and what works and what doesn't, the whole thing is like a giant mystery. Like, no one really knows like what's going on or how it works. Like I guess Mr. Beast has the best explanation. It's like a very crude way of viewing the algorithm. It's basically just people clicking the thumbnail and watching the video, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And everything else, like getting likes and getting comments and clicking the bell and all these other things, like, does it really help? Who knows? Who knows? But if you did like the stream, hit the like button. And if you disliked it, give me a comment. Let me know. Right? I need more feedback. I try my best to respond to all the comments that I can. Right now I'm having my first tea. Oh, what kind of tea? I've been drinking a lot of what is that? Like that super basic orange. I don't know how to say that word. It starts with a P. P-E-K something. Pecco tea? How do you say that? Pecco. Pico? Orange black tea? Orange Pico black tea? Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. I'm like I'm a tea person in the winter. Like, I love tea in the winter. I'm a coffee every single day type of dude, but tea, I love tea in the winter. About to make lunch. You know what? Yeah, I'm probably gonna make lunch too. Thanks, Red, for coming by. It was great talking to you. Enjoy the weekend, dude. Black comes from the same plant as green tea. I love some green tea. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna end this stream too and have some lunch. It's like 2:30 over here right now. My laptop is melting right now. This was an awesome stream, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. I had some great conversations. So we're gonna plan the next stream for hopefully April 16th. If that doesn't work, then the 23rd. I'm gonna stick to the two streams a month or one stream every 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. So you can expect, again, daily uploads. I'm gonna have a video every single day, or I'm going to try to post at least a YouTube short, a normal video, or one of these live streams every single day. And I want to make this promise to you guys as a content creator, that I'm willing to put in the work and put in the effort, because that is something that I do really well, and that I think is one of my strengths, is just my ability to be consistent and work hard. And that's a promise that I'm trying to make to all of you guys as a creator. So everyone else that's here, Forrest, Q, Brian, Mary, Red, and whoever else came by, thanks for watching this stream. And I'll see you guys in the next one in about 2 weeks, and have a good weekend. Remember to do the difficult things, and they'll improve your life. All right, guys, peace. Have a good night. Bye.